Hello.
Well,
Hello.
hello, we've got Ahmed Harfour
Hello.
on my left, Mo in Egypt, and Michael Gray Griffith in Melbourne as well. I'm in Melbourne, I'm Jerry Gerges, and welcome to 94.1 FM, the Egypt Australia radio show. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for organising on a very short notice. You're in the UK, we've got Egypt hooked up into in Melbourne. Welcome aboard.
Thanks,
Thank
Jerry.
you.
Thanks for having us on board.
Yes. It's an absolute pleasure. Ahmed, if I can go, we've several times we've spoken to you, and you performed at the Consul General Consulate here in Melbourne. And we've never forgotten you for your beautiful voice, and the jazz scene is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here again. And it's lovely to be with the four of us here, because it's a chance to talk about my new venture.
Yes.
Because I had the opportunity to be along two giants in the theatre industry, which is Michael and Mo. Michael Gray Griffith is the playwright from Melbourne who wrote a brand new play called SHARAF, which means honor in Arabic. And it's a lovely, lovely little piece of fiction that we've finally been able to materialize and turn into a lovely, lovely piece of work. It's a masterpiece, and it's full of emotions, and it has cast members from all over the world. So we have Melbourne, Cairo, London, and Colorado, so covering most continents.
Mexico.
And the whole thing was initiated by our very own Mohammed Hashem, who has connected all of us. So this is so amazing, because I'm Egyptian living in London, who knows Mohammed, who lives in Cairo, but he's Melburnian, and he knows Michael, who's from Melbourne, and I know Jerry, who's Melburnian and originally Egyptian. So this connection had to happen. These four people had to be on Zoom.
Yeah.
And
an amazing network. Yeah.
Amazing network. And we are celebrating the very, very, very upcoming launch of SHARAF, our new play, which I'm very happy to be part of. So Michael can tell us a little bit about the play, and Mo can talk us through about the process and the people involved and how it all came to happen.
Wonderful, yes.
Okay, I have a friend here called Vienna Toma. She's from Iraq, and she was trying to do this quite intense play, and it wasn't really working. And so I suggested that I write a play for her and just pass the ideas by her so that they're culturally appropriate. And I wrote this family drama called SHARAF, which is set in Australia and in this Arabic country we created called Firdaus. And after I wrote it, I felt that it was something good, but I thought, how the hell am I ever going to get this up? And then lo and behold, Mohammed gets a copy of it. Now here we are. It's been incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we're all from all over the world. So when Michael called me or sent me the script, I said, I'll get this organized. I've got the right people for you. So I had Raouf from who's an opera singer that originally comes from from Cairo. He lives in America now. So I called him first. And then after that, it all just came into place. I rang up Harfour, of course, and I rang up Hayat, who's a good friend of mine, who's a music composer, and then Shaymat. It all just came together.
It's amazing. Just speaking to Mo there, and you got a Melbourne, you got an Australian accent, and it's like, where's all this coming? It's amazing. It really is amazing that it's all come together. And
and the funny thing, Jerry, is like all my years I've been in Cairo for 7 years, so it's like it was meant to be. Yeah. Being here for 7 years, meeting all these amazing people, and then using them all for something to do with Australia, getting them all together for an Australian production. It's really strange. It's like I had to come here for a reason, and then that's why this is all coming together.
Now, let's go back to the play, Michael, if I can speak to you about, just tell us the storyline. Your past plays have been mystery drama, and I like that. And so how's that different?
How much am I allowed to say, Ahmed?
Oh no, without giving
He's the publicist. I'm under very strict guidelines. It's let's just say that it's quite an intense family drama. It's a sort of a detective thing of two sisters living here. Their brother comes out from this country.
Yep.
They are basically drug him and tie him up, and then contact their family in this country for dose.
Yep.
And they want to know what's happened to their missing sister. And if they don't find out, there's going to be a lot of trouble for this young man tied to the chair. And so becomes this harrowing, dramatic, poignant story into a dark past of this family. And there's a lot of poetry in it. There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of love, and it's all about healing. It's remarkable at the end. It actually reaches this beautiful place. So I really love the play myself. It was really a joy to write, but I just feel blessed to be a part of other people wanting to help tell the story. I love it. I love being a part of that.
And Mo, if I can switch over to you now.
Yep.
How, you told us how you got on hold of it and the relationship. Now, how do you reckon this story would sell to Egyptians?
In Egypt or in Australia?
No, in Egypt. Australia, tick.
Yeah, no, I think even in Egypt, tick. I think the way Michael wrote the play, it's very poetic. So, the Arabs in general, Egyptians, Arabs, Lebanese, Syrians, it's a verbal culture. Like if you watch a lot of the films in the 80s and 90s,
yep,
they love words. It's all about words here. And in Egypt, everybody gets things done by words. It's a verbal culture. So the script is very verbal. It's well written. It's poetic. So I think they'll just enjoy the words. They'll just enjoy the scenery and the imagination of the words.
Are you tempted
I'm trying to direct it now. I'm trying to add a lot of movement to it because we're on Zoom. We're doing it on Zoom at the moment. So I'm trying to add a lot of movement to it. But if it's on stage and it doesn't even have that much movement, for an Egyptian audience, I think they'll still love it because the words are so beautiful. And that's something very attractive for an Arabic Egyptian audience. They
The
love
most
words.
interesting thing that Mo's doing is like how I'm in the black now. That's how he's done the play. So it's just heads. It's like, who's that playwright you were mentioning, Mo?
Yeah, well, I got inspired by Samuel Beckett, who had this amazing play called Not I, and it was just a talking mouth the whole time.
Yep.
And when we decided to do it on Zoom, I came up with the idea of just having the pulse and the intensity of the actors' faces and their teeth and their breath doing all the work, because we're on Zoom, so it's hard to get the full
you've
body.
only got this little box to play with,
frame.
and
So
yet
it's remarkable
it's remarkable what they can do with it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm all excited about this in a way that Zoom has actually got a lot of people together at the same time. So
yeah, definitely. Post
COVID-19, there's been an absolute boom in Zoom and Skype because you record and download and all of that. The story is intriguing in itself. Were you tempted at any time to change or alter the ending to adapt to an Egyptian audience? Because I think it's always very hard to stick to the script.
Not really. I mean, I haven't done it in Egypt yet, but I mean, I've done a lot of plays in Egypt over the last 7 years that I actually brought over from Australia. One of the plays was Malik Ubul. It's an old French play that me and Jason Kavanagh did in Australia for an Australian audience. And what we did, we translated the Australian English into Arabic, and it was completely fine. I just got the Australian English translated into Egyptian Arabic, and it was a massive hit here. We did it here 4 years ago. And believe it or not, the Australian humor and the Australian way of, talking is very similar to Egyptian. If you just translate it, it makes sense. So translation-wise, it makes sense. So if we were to do it in Egypt, I don't think we'd have to change any of it.
Wow, that's remarkable.
Yeah, I was going to say, the translation between Arabic and French locks in between, but then when you've got Arabic English, there's a loss in translation sometimes. But that's not the
not with the Australian English, believe it or not. Australian English is it's like, it's a common English, and in Egypt they speak common Arabic, so it's sort of and the humour is the same, believe it or not. Very similar humour.
I just sent you a picture in the chat that was from one of the first things we filmed in the Zoom, to give you some idea of how. In it is Mary. What's her second name? Centaurus. And she runs a bar here in Brunswick. And the other one is Raoul, and he's the opera singer in Colorado. And that's Mo's dog, who's in most of the play.
Is it all of the play? Sorry, guys.
Do you think this is a new move to have more and more people participate and engage with theatre? We know in most of the clubs that most of the members now are declining. But theatre, because it's post-COVID, theatre has really kicked in a big time. The amateur theatre that I go to has got 300 seats, and it's always been full capacity for 4 weeks solid. But I think we're going to get more engagement. Is that how you guys feel?
Yeah, it's interesting. We're coming back. Like I said, we're coming back to putting on plays here. We're just having we're rehearsing 3 plays at the moment for the Wolves, and there's a lot of excitement around them. So I think it's been a very, very strange time, unprecedented with COVID. And I think we're getting to think, well, what is life? Yeah, okay, maybe it's risky. We've got something else that can kill us now, but we want to live. We've only got one life and we want to live. And I think people are going, stuff it, I'm going back to theatre,
Okay,
so
can I get some dates? When are we, Mo? When is it likely to be, and what tickets? And...
We haven't revealed the date yet. It's
okay.
Tickets, I think Ahmed can probably answer about tickets.
Where's he gone?
I don't know.
I'm here. I'm just showing the photo that Michael shared.
Okay.
Yep. I don't think we have a date. We have a date yet, but I think dates will be announced like 3 weeks in advance. So
okay.
we'll announce it 3 weeks before the actual show.
So it will go on Eventbrite in Australia so that we buy tickets as such?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And it'll be shown, so it'll first be shown in Australia, like a limited release, in Melbourne, and then work its way around the world until I'm not sure of its last stop. But yeah, so that'd be quite exciting. It's all new. It's like, I mean, I know everyone's doing it, but it's still like uncharted territory. It's really exciting. I just love the fact that there's so many people all around the world wanting to do something using a new technology to do something ancient, which is tell a story.
Ahmed, how do you feel about the progress of the play?
The play itself, or just like the logistics, you mean?
No, not just the logistics, the play, how it's been released and has it been overdue? Do you think that we are, doing it right at the right time?
Yeah, I think we're doing it at the right time. People can just have access from all over the world and see it at one time. Even if it premieres in Australia, people can, if they're interested, they can, stay up and watch it from another country, another time zone. And we've also created a little teaser video,
right,
that's now shared on our Facebook page. So I encourage everyone to follow SHARAF a Play on Facebook, which is a page. And also we have an Instagram account, which is sharaf.play.2021. So we're on Instagram and Facebook. So it'd be nice to, you'd be getting also a bit of updates from those.
Right, because, Michael's in Melbourne, are we likely to see the other two casts in Melbourne with yourself, Ahmed, in Melbourne sometime soon? You can come to Australia, you know.
Not allowed yet.
Just get COVID-19 injections and you'll be fine. Home.
Well, I have my first dose, so I'll be okay soon. So to travel.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah, I have my Pfizer dose.
Wow.
Well, that's incredible. Okay. We're looking forward to the due date, the release date, the premiere date, which is in Melbourne, Australia, which is really something that we're all excited about. Everyone in the amateur theatre, sorry, I'm only talking about amateur theatre. I know across the road there's the recital centre. The malt house is also around the corner.
Where are you?
Where are you based, Jerry? Jerry, where are you based?
ABC with right next to the ABC. I'm just around the corner on 3rd Street.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah. So the theatre companies down there, it's all art. So
wow.
Like a lot of them would come out of the ABC now with the recital centre onto the street. There's people everywhere. The amateur theatre, they're all coming on board. So everyone has been so excited about going to watch something that moves my brain from thinking about work into something that, oh my God, like Michael, drama, who done it? Yes. And we've got the comedy theatre happening at the moment. So people are just saying, we've done the hard yard. Let's.
That's right. That's right. Well, we've got, the Alex Theatre in St Kilda.
Yes.
They're making our company their resident theatre company there, the Wolves.
Oh, fantastic! I did hear something about it. I went on to Google. Had to do a
yeah.
search on Wolves.
Yeah. So Marooned is there in the 23rd and 24th, and then the Magnolia Tree. Yeah.
Okay, I'll look it up and I'll go in there and drop an email.
Cheers.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. I really
Thank you, Jerry.
Sincerely.
Thanks,
because,
Jerry. Nice talking to you.
Short 2 notice, we got it up and running. So that's amazing. And
He is amazing.
What I'll do,
we have an amazing team. Everyone's pretty amazing in their own way. But Ahmed's number 1 amazing.
Number 1 amazing. Number 3, that's why he's got 3 on his name.
That's it.
But I also, Jerry, quick interjection.
Yes.
Funny enough, Shaima, who's playing the role of Dejla in the play, was one of the people who was in the Pharaoh's parade, dressed as an ancient Egyptian, holding the ball of light and coming out of the Cairo Museum. So
she was the one holding the ball of light.
She was one of the girls coming out of Cairo Museum when the doors of Cairo Museum opened to start the procession of the parades. She was one of those girls, and she's in our cast.
Oh,
wow.
Yep.
Oh, excellent.
Wow.
She's an amazing choreographer and dancer. She's a well-known international choreographer and dancer.
That's amazing. I'd love to see an image.
We have a great cast.
That's incredible.
Thank you. This has been an absolute fantastic session. Let's do an update later on when we get the date. Ahmed, you'll let me know, won't you?
Yep.
Okay. And
with a bit of timing, you could have the whole cast on.
Oh, that would be excellent. Honestly, that would be great. Honestly.
Great idea, yeah.
And Michael, your background is amazing. All set in black, and all you could see is the head. It is amazing. It's well.
I'm not going anywhere.
Excellent. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
So,
can we stay in touch, Jerry?
We need to do a photo. So I'll take a photo of us. So you all need to sort of look amazing and smile and all that.
I got to bring out my smile, my $1 million smile. Hold on.
It
only comes out sometimes.
Miles, how tall are you?
I'm pretty tall, 186.
Are you ready?
Nathan Buckley. As tall as Nathan Buckley.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you ever?
186. That's enormous.
Did you play for Carlton? Go the Blues.
They play for Collingwood.
I've got to be able to walk through your legs without touching it.
How tall are you? You're
right.
I'm a shorty.
Yeah, me too.
I'm taking a photo. 3, 2, smile. Smile. 1. Excellent.
Ahmed, could I?
This is great, guys.
Private and Mo, if you're, all I want to do is send you one of those. So,
Oh, I'd love to.
with your permission, if you want to,
Do you want us to give us your emails or Facebook, or how do we stay in touch?
I'll send Jerry's email over to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all I want to do is say thank you so much, and I'll send you a reminder
Thank you, Jerry.
of
Thanks
you,
for keeping
Jerry.
thanks for keeping the arts alive for the Arabic community also, Jerry. Good on you.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
not easy.
yeah.
It's not easy what you're doing. Yeah.
Just very quickly, all the community radios I went to about 12 years ago, they said to me, Jerry, you got to do it in Arabic. And I said, yeah, I can speak Arabic, but I'm not a professional speaking Arabic person and all I wanted to do is make sure that we got a bridge. You know, if I started speaking Arabic, then 50% of the audience will go, switch off, I don't want to know about, which is sad. You know, and you don't expect everyone now to speak Arabic. You just have to have a bridge. So that was my intention. So I survived. I went out there and go, give me some money to say on air, give me some money to say on air, and I survived. So anyway,
Good on you.
yeah, that's what it's all
That's
about.
fantastic. That's fantastic.
Anyway, thank you wholeheartedly, Ahmed. Well done for you, sir. Honestly, without your connection, I wouldn't have been able to have a chat to all these wonderful people. And the tagline is 94.1 94.1 FM 3WBC Sunday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.